Hi everybody. So it's time to find out what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this year because because I've finished reading Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, it means that I have completed my challenge for the year. That was until my trip to the Gloucester Christmas market yesterday. Because I was a bit like, even though I suppose it'd be good to have a break from reading for a month, I don't feel like I'm ready for a break, if you know what I mean. Like I could squeeze in a little bit more reading before having some time off over the Christmas New Year period. And to be honest, even though Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained was okay, it didn't feel like a big yay kind of a book to finish on for this year. You know what I mean? In a way, to put it bluntly, it was a bit of a dud to end my year challenge on. So I decided to go out and get a few more books, and I'm here to announce what they are. And the first two, the covers make me drool because I love them so much. So here are the three books that I bought, and this is the order that I'm going to be reading them in. And this, oh my god, I could just stare at this cover for hours and just not tire of it. It's amazing. The first one is Lily by Rose Tremaine. Oh my god, look at that cover. Look at it. I love it. This got this popped up in my Amazon recommended, and I was like scrolling through, and then this caught my eye, and I was like, oh my god, stop right there. What the hell is this book? And I was just I don't care if it would be a plot that wouldn't intrigue me. Oh my god, that cover. And then I read the blurb and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna have to buy this. So just in case you don't know, Rose Tremaine is a very, very well established author. I think she's a Dame now. Oh yeah, she was made a CBE in 2007 and then a Dame in 2020. And she lives in Norfolk and London. But she's an author that I've never actually picked up one of her books before. So for me, it's a first time read, but she's a well-established author, and this is her brand new book, Lily, that's just come out in like the past month or so, I think. And the blurb is, because it's on the inside sleeve, nobody knows yet that she is a murderer. Abandoned at the gates of a London park one winter's night in 1850, baby Lily Mortimer is saved by a young police constable and taken to the London Foundling Hospital. Lily is fostered by an affectionate farming family in rural Suffolk, enjoying a brief childhood ideal before she returns to the hospital where she is punished for her rebellious spirit. Released into the harsh world of Victorian London, Lily becomes a favourite employee at the Belle Pretty Woods Wig Emporium. But all the while, she's hiding a dreadful secret. Across the years, policeman Sam Trench keeps his eye on the young woman he once saved. When Sam meets Lily again, there's an instant attraction between them, and Lily is convinced that Sam holds the key to her happiness. But might he also be the one to uncover her crime and so condemn her to death? I'm like, winter read, the most stunning cover set in a period of British history that I love. Murder, all this, I'm there. I am there for this book. And I was like, oh, that cover's so beautiful, I have to buy it. So the next thing I'm going to be reading is Lily by Rose Tremaine. Very, very excited. Now the next one, again, has the most stunning cover. But this is a book which has pretty much been haunting me throughout this year. I can't remember exactly when it was released, but it's a debut novel. And yeah, the paperback's due out sometime next year, but I don't know exactly when. I haven't checked. And it's come up on Waterstone's emails recommended to me loads of times. Amazon, loads of times. Go into bookshops, loads of times. It is there. It's like it is haunting me. But because I had this challenge of reading, books that I'd bought, and I already had all my pre-orders, and I had my birthday books as well, I was like, you know what, I'm going to hold off. It might even be like 2022 before I get round to it. But when I walked into Waterstones yesterday, Lily was sat side by side with this book, and it was like the two most stunning covers of 2021 sat next to each other on the same table, staring at me. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot leave the shop without both of them. I can't. And the second one is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Look at that! It's just, oh my god, it is so beautiful. Stunning. Like, whoever designed these covers, I applaud you. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, but of course, covers are designed to attract our attention, and looks can be deceiving, because I actually fell in love with the binding cover and the sprayed edges and the beautiful and the hard cover underneath the sleeve was just stunning. But I really didn't like that book, so I am preparing myself. There's a possibility that I might not like these books, but the covers are so beautiful. And look, it's all on the back as well. Anyway, enough of me gushing. This is the debut novel by Jennifer Saint. So I don't know, this is my first time reading this book. So yeah, her works are completely unknown to me and to the world, obviously, before this was published. So, and here's the blurb. As Princess of Crete and daughters of the fearsome King Midas, Ariadne and her sister Phaedra, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably going to get pronunciations wrong, but I think that's how you pronounce it. Grow up hearing the terrible bellows of the Minotaur from the labyrinth beneath the palace. The Minotaur, Midas's greatest shame and Ariadne's brother, demands blood every year. When Theseus, Prince of Athens, arrives in Crete as a sacrifice to the beast, Ariadne falls in love with him. But helping Theseus defeat the monster means betraying her family, and Ariadne knows that in a world that's ruled by mercurial gods, drawing her attention can cost you everything. Ariadne has heard too many tales of women being punished for the acts of men. She's determined to set her own fate. But will her decision to help Theseus ensure her happy ending, or will she find herself sacrificed for her lover's ambition? So it's a retelling of the story of Ariadne in a fictional book form, and because I like Greek mythology, I find it really interesting, and other people who have retold it, like Rick Riordan, that's it. Sorry, his name completely fell out of my head. For the Percy Jackson stories, I thought he did really well with writing the various Greek mythology and gods and everything. So I'm very interested to see what Jennifer does with her debut novel, Ariadne. And it's stunning cover, it's so beautiful. And then finally, there's a book that got recommended to me by a colleague, because after I read If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, I told my colleague about it and said how it just didn't work. It was kind of really annoying that it was this Shakespearean connection kind of story, and it just didn't work. And so my colleague said, have you ever read Hag-Seed by Margaret Atwood? And I went, no. She went, read it. So this is completely bought on the recommendation of my colleague Eleanor, and it was got quite interesting reviews, and it says on the back, treacherously toppled from his past as director of the Mesnwig, I hope I'm saying that now correctly, festival on the eve of his production of The Tempest, Felix retreats to a backwoods hovel to lick his wounds and mourn his lost daughter, and also to plot his revenge. After 12 years, his chance appears in the shape of a theatre course at a nearby prison. Here, Felix and his inmate actors will stage his Tempest at last and snare the traitors who destroyed him. But will it remake Felix as his enemies fall? So it's like a modern setting retelling of The Tempest, where The Tempest is actually going to be played out as a play. And I'm like, oh my god, The Tempest is like my favourite Shakespeare play. So I am so excited. And it's Margaret Atwood. And I read The Handmaid's Tale, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember which. And really liked it. And I was like, and I said I wanted to read more Margaret Atwood, and I just haven't. So now I am. So this is going to be, well, at least as far as I'm aware, for now, to be confirmed, the last book I'm going to be reading this year. So yeah, and I'm really excited for all of these. Absolutely, they look absolutely stunning. They sound absolutely stunning. I am so excited, guys, for these last 3 books. So you're going to be getting, in this particular order, reviews of Lily, then Ariadne, and then Hag-Seed. And then that should be it for the year. Oh, I am so excited about these books, guys. I can't put into words how excited I am to read these. It's going to be absolutely fantastic way to end the year, I think. So yeah, fingers crossed I'll like them. I have been a bit of a not impressed negative kind of slant for the past month, so I need to pick me up, and I'm hoping these will. So those are the books I'm going to be reading. I will be back with my thoughts on Lily as soon as I am done reading. Alright guys, bye!